Woohoo! I think we're on live. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Liz.
Good morning, Lucia.
Doing a couple of things at once, as
Multitasking. We're good at it, and apparently there is no such thing. Multitasking. I get told, my children tell me all the time that I'm no good at multitasking. But yes, we are on live. I can see it. Oh, we've actually got subtitles. How exciting.
Okay, put that in. Wow, that's new.
That's so awesome. So this is the first time, everyone, that I have gone on Facebook live stream onto Zoom since they've changed the settings, and it actually worked. And oh my gosh, there's subtitles. How exciting. So I feel like a professional. So good morning, Lucia. I will just mention that this is Wednesday Wisdom with Elizabeth Eleanor on Women of Light Movement. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then hit the subscribe button, press the bell. You guys know what to do. It all just means that you will get to see whatever we're doing, and you'll be able to grab the wisdom and information from myself and other beautiful women, changing the world and creating magic. That's what we're doing. And so good morning to everyone. As everyone knows, this is not my normal background. I'm on a road trip. So right now I'm in Mullaney. I'm on a Queensland tour. And if you've been watching and following on Women of Light Movement Facebook group, you'll see some of my crazy things, that interviews, and I did a live stream on with a dinner that Lucia was on the other day. It was great information. Everyone loved it. So good morning, Lucia.
Good morning, Elizabeth. How are you? And
I'm living the life I love. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm so enjoying just having that opportunity to live with freedom and create whatever I choose to create. So
I think we're gypsies at heart. I think that's innately part of women and human beings as beings.
Nomadic.
That we're nomadic. We're tribal, and I think when that's taken away from us, it's like we've got no wings almost.
Yes. So true. Yeah. It's so true. And I've always moved around. My mum didn't, because my mum moved around a lot when she was a child, and so I'm actually living in the house I grew up in Sydney, because she stayed. So she was horrified when I became a gypsy myself. Like, no, I thought I was creating stability, and it didn't work for me. So it didn't work for us. So today we're going to be talking about emotional and physical clutter. What a great subject.
Yeah.
Because I've actually already had some time with you. You support women to style up and look beautiful and amazing. And I know I grabbed some information from you when I'm doing a photo shoot up in Cairns. So I quickly asked you what I should do. So just as a quick introduction to you, can you let everyone know what you do? You're looking stunning today, by the way.
Thank you. I guess a quick overall is I am a stylist, so I did a styling course so that I could help women, dress, I guess in fashion clothes, but the journey has taken me on a completely different track. You know how the universe has this path for you, and you see one road sign and it leads to all these others, and that's pretty much been my journey with style. I think it's always been there, Elizabeth. After doing the Conscious Creators and Awaken the Lioness, many of your courses, I've connected to that previous part of me that I had absolutely subdued. I'd completely
hadn't woken up properly to it.
Completely suppressed her. So doing this, going through this, I've actually found that many women are like me. Many women have these disconnects to what's going on emotionally.
Yeah.
And they say to me, oh look, I don't really care what I wear, and I don't care what I look like. And I kind of go, okay, let's talk a little
Sabotage
bit more.
belief.
Let's just start digging. Let's just, I get really curious when I hear that, because I feel that they do care. Everyone cares how they look and how they feel, feelings particularly, and how we look has a direct effect on how we feel. So the emotions that are connected there are very, very real. And so for me as a stylist, I've transitioned from styling to that emotional connection to clothing and color, and just how it actually affects us as humans, and particularly women. Women are a little bit, I guess, we've been told, to sit in the corner and not have a voice. So helping women find their voice and finding, that person that's underneath, just waiting to jump out and be her unique self.
And so, getting onto emotional clutter, that really relates when it like, what you're saying is, by unpacking what's going on for them, if people are saying, I don't care what I wear, it's a bit of a deflect, isn't it?
It's a bit of armor. It's armor. Yeah. Many of us wear armor. Many of us protect ourselves. Many of us do that. And I see many women that, tracky dacks and t-shirts or bike, not bike pants, but the active wear and t-shirts, and I see that as a uniform almost. It's a uniform of not speaking, of not having a voice. They're really putting some armor on to protect themselves around what's going on emotionally underneath. So they're
and another thing that I just thought of, like living in Sydney, my kids and I go every so often. My kids love ramen and Japanese food. And so one of our, go-to things that we do is we often go into town hall or right into the inner city to, certain Japanese restaurants that they've already picked out and allocated, their favorite ones, because it does the best or whatever. And my son has often, like, we've had discussions, my son and my daughter, about how often you see these young girls that have the other uniform, like it'll be the middle of winter and they're wearing little boob tubes and mini skirts, they're showing their stomach, high heels, and and freezing. You can see that they're freezing. And yet blue, and yet somehow they feel that they've got to wear this to be a certain, attractive. Or
it's conforming. It's conforming to your peers, basically. It's not being adventurous. So it's actually stifling all of those qualities as a human that we have. So that creativity and putting this stripe with this dots, maybe, it's conforming. So it's actually psychologically they're being put into a little
control.
A little box. So it's
very
much
and in that same place of I only have my body to make me attractive.
So
I'm not attractive any other way, so I've got to behave this way and look this way. And
so, as when we were growing up, like I remember growing up as a youngster, I was always very big. I'm 5'8", and I was always a very big woman. Many of my siblings were quite skinny, like they were a lot smaller than me, and many of my friends were. And I always felt the odd one out. And, we all have this need, this tribal need to fit in.
Absolutely. Especially
and
at that age, right?
This is what these girls are doing. They're doing it, though, in a way that takes away some of their individuality, so some of their authenticity. And that's what I love to unpack. I can actually see when I look in a woman's wardrobe what she's doing emotionally,
Yeah.
you know, what's going on for her. It might be that, you know, she doesn't look from here down. It might mean that she covers this part of her arms. It might mean that she's only got black in her wardrobe.
Yes. Yeah.
There's many signs of what's going on emotionally for that person. And that's when I love to dig. That's when I love to, you know, just do that unclutter and
Yes.
really, really get curious about what's going on for that individual. And it takes time. I think the wardrobe is the inner sanctum of a woman's emotional being. I think so much is going on in that wardrobe because we see it every day.
And I just like to say that you do it so gently too, because I've had sessions with you and you know, where you organize the whole wardrobe, and I can see, just because I work energetically, I can see that you can see a lot more than what's, you know, you can see under the surface.
In front of you.
And I know for myself, I was wear black, dark colors, dark greens, dark browns, dark, you know, like
you're down.
Absolutely. And so when you looked into my wardrobe and actually found color that I didn't even know was in there, and put stuff together that I had no concept of, which I've got on tour with me, by the way.
It's interesting you say that, Liz, because intuitively we're drawn to those colors. Like intuitively we are.
But I'd never worn them.
Yeah.
I'd never worn them.
Because it's that conformity again, you know, like fitting in and feeling like you're going to stand out, you know, like and
be seen too bright.
Not and the thing is, we need to be seen, to be bright, to be heard, if we are in business particularly, or if we're supporting people. That's something that we really need to be, and not suppressing that is going against our physical well-being. So when
so it's a part of spiritual development, right? Is to express how you are in your clothes, and you do it so lovely. You're very gentle with your approach, and it's almost an unconscious process that you're taking someone through.
Because when we have physical clutter, we emotionally cannot process anything. Like when there's all this stuff in our wardrobe, and I remember doing your wardrobe, Liz, you showed me your wardrobe, and I think the first thing you said was, look, I've got nothing to wear. You know, that's pretty well where most women state, you know, like it's really predictable how women have conversed with me. So when we started to really unpack, that is when we saw all of that individuality, that aspect of Elizabeth that was there, but it actually had been, you know, there was armor guarding you against certain things. And that's where I start digging and asking questions and getting curious around, why do you feel that way? You know, that has got you to this point. And we unpacked and we uncovered just what was going on. So, you know, and that's actually the journey that we go on as you know, me as the stylist, but you as the individual that's invited me into your wardrobe. So
because it's a vulnerable space, right? And that's why I wanted to bring it up, you know, that it is a spiritual process. If I've got anyone on here that enjoys developing spiritually, it's when we are in this, but you know, like don't forget this part of it, you know, don't forget. So you run courses, right? You don't just take people through one process, you run courses.
Okay, so I have a 6-week masterclass that I take women through, and it's about connecting to that emotional state. So, you know, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions directly reflect outwardly what's going on for us. So, you know, if I had to come on today, like masked up, you know, you would have gone, what's wrong with Lucia kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So I can very quickly see what's going on for an individual color wise, but also how they've put, you know, clothing on their body.
Yeah.
I can tell from that. So that is it, part of the course. We go through that aspect of, you know, uncovering and unpacking just what you do as an individual. So just to get a bit of a connection between your body and how you dress. Then we do color. Now, color is one of those things that, you know, we did a meetup together, Liz, and, you know, that color connection. We're so intuitively drawn to particular colors. And when we don't connect, that's when our energy levels are vibrating lower. Like we're not allowing ourselves energetically to elevate. So color,
or in chaos.
It has a huge bearing on how and where we feel. So it's not about fashion. It's never about fashion. It's most wardrobes that I've done, I've put it into some form of order so that women can understand how what they've got is actually a working wardrobe. It's just how to put it together and how to utilize what they have. So not taking it all out and replenishing it. It's actually about having a look at what you've got and putting that all together. So, and that's what I love to do too, because it helps you to see as the client that you've got really good taste, individual taste, and accepting that you've got that individual taste. You know, that's part of it. So then we go on to more of the, if you're in business, how branding and colors connect to you as a, you know, reflecting out and coming back. So, you know, your branding colors are perfect because it's so intuitively connected to who you are. And that green, my gosh, you know, if we think of Elizabeth, we think of women of light, and we think of the green and the gold, and, you know, the light coming through. So so we talk about that. So it's 6 weeks. It's 6 weeks of work, and from that we go through to a VIP group, which is we do all of the mindset, a lot of the mindset, you know, really understanding how our physical well-being is connected to our emotions, and how if there's a disconnect, that's when we have you know, disease and, you know, physical accidents and things happen to us.
Absolutely.
We're so disconnected from who we are,
or more armor, right?
More armor. So that's so if anyone's interested, put a comment in the chat, and I'll actually connect with you. I have a 30-minute chat as well, you know, Liz, so we do a reflection.
So even to put 30-minute in there so people can go in and like get that free chat. And when I know that you're jumping straight into a course after this, but when
3
you
days.
get a chance, 3 days intensive. So when you finish this, can you sometime just throw in your details, your website or your Facebook group, all those bits so people can contact you? And we'll do the same in the YouTube. We'll have it all there in the comments section or the info. Thank you so much, Lucia.
Oh, that's okay, Liz. Gosh, it's got that time already. I can't believe it. Like, talking. It's like,
I know. It's quick, isn't it?
When we get together, it's like we get together and bang, you know.
Actually, there is one more thing. What if I was to ask you if you've got some wisdom for the women? What wisdom would you share?
So find joy in what you wear. Find joy. Connect to yourself energetically. So find joy with your colors, with what you wear.
Express yourself.
Yeah, it will reflect out. If you feel joy, I got goosey all over. But when you find joy, when you are connected energetically, it just radiates. You know, you radiate. Yeah, your beauty shines through. Your soul.
So true.
Connection.
Thank you so much, Lucia, and enjoy your 3-day retreat, your adventure that you just about jumped to. I know it's intense, isn't it? Take care. Love to all the women of light, and we will catch up very shortly.
Love you. Drive safe. Have a safe journey. Okay.
Thank you.